Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70, and I have a question for you today. Do you know what an egg cream is? Well, if you're from New York City, I'll bet you do. Let us know in the comments below. In any case, I had my first egg cream, many years ago, many years ago. And it was ordered by someone I was with who was a New York City native. And I'll never forget it because it was different from any drink I'd ever had before. I'll tell you about it later on in the video. Also going to talk about the Statue of Liberty. Yes, I finally got there. I even lived in New York City for a while, but I never actually got onto the island where the statue sits. I traveled around it on a ferry boat, but this time I actually got on the island. And then, as part of that museum, we took another ferry ride over to Ellis Island, where I'd never been before either, and where our family roots, not mine in particular, but many families have come through Ellis Island. So we got to see that museum. And finally, I'm going to talk about diners, an American institution. Thanks for joining me, and now let's begin. The Statue of Liberty is a colossal sculpture on Liberty Island in New York Harbor in New York City. The copper statue was a gift from the people of France. The statue was dedicated on October 28, 1886, and it is still a major tourist attraction. Limited numbers of visitors can access the rim of the pedestal and the interior of the statue's crown, but public access to the torch has been banned since 1916. After its dedication, the statue became an icon of freedom and of the United States, seen as a symbol of welcome to immigrants arriving by sea. It was originally copper in color, but over the years it has turned green. We are on the Statue of Liberty Island and walking around the entire perimeter to get different views of the statue, and she is very big. We took a ferry to Ellis Island, and we have just visited the museum. It's a pictorial exhibit of the immigrants who came at the end of the 1800s all the way till I think around 1924. So it's very interesting, but we only had 45 minutes here, so I didn't get to see anything more than the picture exhibit. Ellis Island is a federally owned island in New York Harbor. It was the busiest immigrant inspection and processing station in the United States. From 1892 to 1954, nearly 12 million immigrants arriving at the Port of New York and New Jersey were processed there under federal law. Today, it's part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument and is accessible to the public only by ferry. The main building is now a National Museum of Immigration. The south side of the island, including the Ellis Island Immigrant Hospital, is open to the public only through guided tours. Have you ever eaten in a diner? It's such an American restaurant. It usually has booths and a counter and maybe a cook or two. The hours are usually extended, and there's often a jukebox with the jukebox punch stations right on the table where you can select your music. In the really old days, I remember you'd put a coin in that box and it would play the music on the jukebox. They still have the little jukebox stations on the counters in most of the diners. In any case, on our trip in New York State, we stopped at least 3 diners, and they were wonderful. They were so colorful. They were decorated in the time period of the 50s, and they were just fun to eat in. The menus were extensive, and in one of them, I noticed that there was an egg cream on the menu, and I thought, wow, I haven't had an egg cream since the 1970s. And so I ordered it. Despite its name, an egg cream does not have any egg in it. It consists of milk, carbonated water, and flavored syrup. I had a chocolate one.
Very different from any other drink I've had, and I really like it. It's refreshing.
It's almost exclusively a fountain drink. They have not ever been able to bottle it because it needs to have a foamy head on it when they bring it to you. You can still find it in some diners, at least the ones in New York State, but I don't think you'd find it anywhere else. Let me know if you have egg creams in your area. I hope you enjoyed our little visit to the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, to a few diners, and you learned about egg creams. Have a great day.